Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Coach Misha. You can call me Misha. And if you are watching this video, this is actually my very first video on this channel. And I'm just super excited to speak to the different situations and issues and concerns as it pertains to relationship. Forgive me if I'm doing a lot of this. You know, I'm very expressive in how I talk. The purpose of my channel is just to uplift us and empower us as it pertains to self, life, purpose, love, and relationships. If we look around now, as a woman that has been on both sides, dating, marriage, divorce, I have had the opportunity not only to help others along as it pertains to dating life and marriage and all these things, but I've been also able to walk through some of these things. And I think experience has been my best teacher. And I want to be able to share the wealth of information that I've gathered, studied, learned from counseling other people with you. So today I want to focus on great first date tips. I want to give you 5 tips to have an exceptional first date. I have been on a few first dates that were not so fun. Some of them I'll probably never speak on again. But I wanted to share with the men 5 tips to make her want to see you again after the first date. 5 tips to make sure that you come off as strong on the first date. Now, disclaimer, I am not a relationship expert. I simply have relationships, I have the experience, and I have been able to gather through study, through other people's experiences, and I'm sharing with you today. Let's get into it. Number 1, put yourself together. Dress well. There is something sexy about a man that is impeccably dressed. It doesn't have to be designer, because when people hear dress well, they think designer and Gucci and the Fendi and the Versace down. No, you can have on a $5 t-shirt, a nice blazer, your jeans pants, and a clean shoes. Men, let me tell you something. One of the first places that women look outside of the face and the mouth is on your feet. Your shoe tells so much about who you are. So make sure that you put yourself together. Make a good first impression. When this woman looks at you, she's like, yeah, okay. He stepped all the way out today. Come correct. Come show up to the date as your best self. Hair groomed, face groomed. Brush your teeth. Make sure that breath is smelling good. If you need to put on some Vaseline, put your Vaseline on. Dress well and walk like you know that you got it, right? And so what that does, it sells you as a confident man. And there is nothing sexier to a woman than an impeccably dressed, confident man that is sure of who he is. So that's tip number 1. Dress well. Show up and show out. Tip number 2. The location has to be conducive to great conversation. So pick the right place. Now, for a lot of us now, right, we're doing the online dating. Well, I'll take myself out of it because I am not dating at all. I've just decided that dating for me right now is just not in my priorities. But for those of you who are, and you may be doing online dating, then chances are you've only ever spoken to this person over the phone, maybe an occasional video chat, whatever the case may be. So for a lot of different reasons, including the priority, which should be your safety. Let's be real. It's crazy out in these streets, okay? We're not going to even pretty it up. It is crazy out in these streets. So man, you're meeting her for the first time. Pick somewhere where you feel safe and she feels safe as well. So you want to pick somewhere public, somewhere that is very elegant. It's your first impression. Please, for the love of God and all that is holy, don't you take that lady to no Burger King or Wendy's. Yes, it still happens. I know, I've heard the stories. But you're not that type, right? You're going to take her to a nice restaurant, maybe fine dining, maybe something chill. It doesn't have to be food. It can be coffee. Whatever the case is, pick somewhere that is safe, somewhere that is intimate. You can have conversations. You can feel safe. There are people around you. And that allows both persons to be relaxed in the setting. And then that's how you see that woman truly come out. So men, make sure that the place you are picking is conducive to great conversation. That means you can actually hear her. I don't know how people go on dates in a bar because it's loud. Well, most bars. And how do you do it in the club? You guys aren't talking about much if you in the club because it's loud. So I'm just saying, pick the right place. Number 3, open, honest conversation. I want to say that again. Let it be open, honest conversation. One of the things that we do is, excuse me if I'm adjusting my earphones, we put on, right? Do we want to make a great first impression? Absolutely. Do we want to fake it? No. Because you're selling yourself. And if you're selling yourself as someone that you are not, then when you guys do, should you guys get in a relationship, after a while, you're going to get tired of that act. So men, open, honest conversation. Be you, boo. Be your best you. If she can't love you for who you are, that's not your person. And that's fine. It's cool. If she cannot accept that you like to crack jokes, they might not be funny. If she cannot accept that you talk with a lisp, if she cannot accept that you're a little reserved, so you don't have a lot of conversation, but you will speak up. If she cannot accept you for you, if you cannot be your true self on the first date, chances are that's not your person. And guess what? That's your time not wasted, her time not wasted. So it is a win-win situation. And what I've found is conversation opens up the well, right? You truly begin to understand who a person is, how they work, how their mind works, what they've experienced through what comes out of their mouth. And so it's very important that you ask those questions, those open-ended questions, and invite her to partake in the conversation. Men, some of y'all can talk, okay? Some of y'all are talkers. You talk for a living. I speak for a living. But you have to curtail that. You cannot just be the only one talking about yourself, boo, on the entire date. It is a big turnoff to women. I promise you, if you have taken over the entire conversation and you've begun to tell her your entire life story, you've not allowed her to answer, you've not allowed her to interject or say anything, and you can see on her facial expression after the first 6 sentences, she zoned you out and you've lost her. Because her first impression of you, he's not interested in what I have to bring. He's not interested in me. He's not asking me any questions about me. So very important. Ask those questions. Lead the conversation. Lead the conversation. It speaks to your confidence. It tells that you're sure of who you are. It tells that you are a strong man. You can lead the conversation and allow her to follow you. So that's number 3. Number 4, if I'm looking down, I have my notes. I came prepared, okay? Number 4 is take an interest in her. Not just talk about, the superficial things that people would typically talk about on a date. Take an interest in her. How was work yesterday? What does your next 5 years look like? What do you have planned? Take an interest in what she has going on. Because what does it say? It says, he's so caring. And not only that, we all have experiences, right? We have experiences in life. We've all been through something or the other. If she shares with you something that you have experience on, offer your advice in a keen, respectful way, not overbearing, but offer her your advice. And when she is talking to you, when she's conversating with you, one of the most important things to do to show that you're interested in her and what she's saying, eye contact. So when she's talking, you should not be looking over there at the waitress. That's a big red flag. That means, brother, you are a wanderer, right? You shouldn't be looking over there at the waitress. You shouldn't be eavesdropping on the table next to you. You shouldn't be looking at the TV screen that might be in that restaurant. You should be looking intently on her and actively listening. Active listening means you are looking, you are listening, and you are acknowledging what she's saying. Maybe you're nodding, maybe smiling, maybe excitement, whatever it is, show her that you're listening, because that's going to go a long way for you. That's when you see her begin to open up, right? And that's a good thing for you. That means a second date. Okay. So that's number 4. And my last point, number 5, and I'm going to give y'all a bonus. Then we're going to clock it out. Number 5 is, what are your next steps? Now, after you've gone through all of these steps in a first date, for some of you men, you know from the first sentence if you're going to have a second date, you know. And for some of you, you need a little push. You need a little bit more. And as you go through the steps, you typically have an indication of, 1, is she interested in me? Has she asked me any questions about myself? Does she have a bubbly, fun personality? Does she match what I'm looking for? Did she partake in what we were doing? Was she looking around? Was her attention solely on me? Do I like her vibes? Do we connect? Does her energy, because everybody's big on energy now, does her energy match my energy? And so you typically know before even the end of the date, sometimes at the very beginning, that you want to do a second date with her. And if that's the case, you can be very honest without being too forward. Be very honest without being too forward. You can do it in a subtle way, let her know, I really enjoyed this time with you, and, wish her well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening, and maybe ask her what her plans are tomorrow. If it's a Saturday night, maybe you want to ask her, do you go to church? Whatever it is, like a follow-up question, just to show that you enjoyed the date and you're looking forward to what may possibly come afterwards. And if it is that you want to see her again, brothers, be straight up. I want to see you again. I really, really enjoyed this time. Because a woman likes it when a man can really say how he feels. Not that beating around the bush stuff. Like, we all grown. We don't have time for that. So let her know if you want to see her again. And chances are, when you let her know, you will know 100% if she also wants to see you again. And be a gentleman. Pull her chair out as she's standing. If she has a coat that she may have placed on the chair, help her on it. If it's not too much of invading her space, you have to be able to read her body language, right? Walk her to her car. Make sure that she's safe. Pick up the bill. Here's a pointer for you guys, and this is my bonus. If the lady wants to help with the tab, don't be Superman. Let her help with the tab. You know what it shows? It shows that you're comfortable with who you are. You're a man. You don't have to be, now I got it. If she wants to help, let her help. I'm the type of woman that if I'm led to help, to pay half, because I don't want to demasculate any man and say, no, I got it. But if I want to go half and half, I want to go half and half. Because it's not only men that has egos. We all have it. And so she indicates that she wants to help you pay for the date, for the meal, then let her do it. But make sure that you take care of the tab if that's not the case. And then here is the kicker, the icing on the cake. After you've walked her to her car, she drives off, you're walking away smiling because you know you did a great job. When you get to where you're going, at least no more than 3 hours afterwards, because as the time goes, you're like, oh, well, he may not be interested. Let her know that you've been thinking about her even after the date, so much so that you had to text her. Text her, let her know that you thoroughly enjoyed the date again and you look forward to seeing her. And you don't have to do anything else, because if she follows back up with her text, then there's your second date. And so these are my 5 tips, and I gave you 2 bonuses for my guys, for you men that are navigating these dating streets. I know it's not easy, but I believe that if you apply these tips, you will see success. Because as a woman, I can tell you what women are looking for. And so I hope to help you guys. Please leave your comments below if there's anything I missed, anything that you want me to speak on some more, anything at all. Feel free to share below. Share your dating experience that someone else can learn from. Once again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Misha. You can follow me on social media. On Instagram, my name is Misha Bailey 87, and on Facebook, my name is Misha Bailey. So thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful evening. Walk good.